She was mocked, abandoned, and called curse. But what they never knew was the heartbreaking truth behind her suffering. On her wedding night, her husband discovered a shocking secret, one that changed everything. His mother and ex girlfriend conspired to throw her out, but fate had another plan. A mysterious doctor arrived, revealing a truth that shocked the entire village. Would she ever find happiness? Or was she truly cursed forever? Watch till the end to witness an unforgettable transformation that will leave you speechless. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling African folk tales. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a powerful story like this. Ngozi had always been different. From the moment she could walk, the other children in the village kept their distance. She smelled, no matter how many times she bathed. The foul odor never left her. Her parents, helpless and ashamed, tried every remedy they could think of herbs, soaps, even spiritual cleansing, but nothing worked. To make matters worse, she wet the bed every night, soaking the thin mat she slept on. Her mother would wake up before dawn to wash the evidence before the neighbors noticed. But the whispers never stopped. As Ngozi grew older, the ridicule became unbearable. Children ran away from her on the streets, calling her the cursed one. Women covered their nose when she passed by, and men avoided her completely. She had no friends, no suitor, and no hope. Her father, a proud farmer, grew weary of the shame she brought to the family. What kind of woman smells like a rotten fish? He would grumble, shaking his head in frustration. Who would ever marry such a girl? Just when Ngozi believed she would live and die alone, Ugonna came into her life. He was different from the others. While the villagers sneered and laughed, Ugonna saw nothing else but kindness, gentleness, and a heart that had endured too much pain. He spoke to her when no one else would, offering her a smile instead of a frown. At first, she thought he was playing a cruel joke, but as time passed, she realized his affection were genuine. Ugonna was a young man with a good heart. He worked as a palm wine tapper, strong and hardworking. He saw beyond Ngozi's smell and bedwetting problem. I don't care what the villagers say, he told her one evening under the mango tree. I want to be with you, Ngozi. For the first time in her life, Ngozi felt hope. She wasn't cursed, she was loved. When Ugonna announced his intention to marry Ngozi, the village erupted in shock. His mother, Mama Ugonna, was the most furious. You want to bring shame to our family? A woman who smells like death? A woman who wets the bed? She screamed, slamming a pot on the ground. I forbid it. But Ugonna was determined. He loved Ngozi and refused to be swayed. Mama, I have made my decision. I will marry her, whether you approve or not. The village elders tried to talk sense into him, but Ugonna would not be moved. He saw something in Ngozi that no one else did. Despite the ridicule, he proceeded with the wedding plan. The day of the wedding arrived, but it was not the joyous occasion it should have been. Villagers gathered not to celebrate, but to gossip. Women covered their mouths, whispering, how can Ugonna stand the smell? Some men laughed, predicting that the marriage wouldn't last. But Ugonna only had eyes for Ngozi. She wore a simple white lace dress, her eyes shining with a mix of fear and happiness. For the first time, she felt truly accepted. When the priest declared them husband and wife, Ugonna smiled at her with warmth, ignoring the murmurs around them. That night, Ugonna carried his bride into their new home, ready to begin their life together. But the moment he undressed her, A powerful stench filled the room. He staggered backward, his stomach turning. He had known about the smell, but he had never been this close to it. Then, as if fate wanted to test him further, Ngozi wet the bed right before his eyes. Ugonna was speechless. He loved her, but this was beyond anything he had imagined. He sat on the edge of the bed, struggling to breathe, his mind racing. Could he truly endure this? The next morning, Mama Ugonna stormed into their house uninvited. How was your night? She asked, smirking. Or should I say, how was the smell? Ugonna said nothing, but his silence spoke volumes. I warned you, Mama Ugonna continued. Now you see for yourself. This girl is cursed. She will never give you children. Send her back before it is too late. Ngozi stood in the corner, tears rolling down her cheek. Ugonna felt torn between his love for his wife and the reality of their situation. Days turned into weeks, and the tension in Ugona's home grew. The smell remained, and so did the bed wetting. Ugonna tried to endure, but the villagers' whispers became louder. His friends mocked him, and his mother pressured him daily. A real man would find a better wife, she sneered. Meanwhile, Ngozi felt her heart breaking. She loved Ugonna, but she could see the strain in his eyes. The love that once burned brightly between them was slowly fading. Mama Ugonna was not done. She sought out Nneka, Ugonna's beautiful ex-girlfriend. You should have been the one to marry my son, she said. Help me get rid of that smelling girl. Nneka smirked. I know exactly what to do. Together, they devised a cruel plan to push Ngozi out of Ugonna's life. And their first step was to convince him that Ngozi was barren. Just when things seemed hopeless for Ngozi, a doctor arrived in the village. Dr. Emeka had come to provide medical care, and when he heard of Ngozi's suffering, he was curious. Why does everyone say she is cursed? He asked a nurse. She smells and she wets the bed, the nurse explained. People say no woman like that can bear children. Dr. Emeka frowned. That does not sound like a curse. It sounds like a medical condition. Determined to find the truth, he sought out Ngozi. Dr. Emeka gently approached Ngozi and convinced her to let his nurse examine her. What they discovered was shocking. Ngozi had been infected during a traditional circumcision when she was a teenager. The infection had never been treated, causing the odor and the bedwetting. You are not cursed, Ngozi, Dr. Emeka told her. You are sick, but I can treat you. For the first time in her life, Ngozi felt hope. She was not doomed to suffer forever. With the right medication and care, she could finally be free from the burden she had carried for so long. But what would Ugonna do when he found out the truth? Ngozi followed Dr. Emeka's advice and began her treatment. The medicine he gave her was bitter, but she took it without complaint. For the first time, someone had looked at her with kindness rather than disgust. Each day, the nurse checked on her, and slowly changes began to show. The foul smell that had haunted her for years started to fade. She wakes up dry these days. Her beds no longer soak at night. She felt lighter, freer, as if a great burden had been lifted from her shoulders. Meanwhile, Mama Ugonna and Nneka continued their scheme. They spread rumors that Ngozi had gone mad, that she was visiting a strange man in secret. Ugonna, weary from his trouble, did not know what to believe. Ugonna noticed the changes in Ngozi. She smelled fresh. Her confidence was returning, and her smiles was brighter. But instead of feeling relief, he felt something else, confusion. How was it possible that the curse had suddenly lifted. Was it true what his mother and Neka were saying? Was Ngozi now with another man? One evening, he confronted her. Where have you been going? Who is this doctor you spend so much time with? Ngozi was hurt by his words. He is the reason I am getting better. Ugonna. He is helping me. Why can't you be happy for me? Ugonna looked into her eyes but said nothing. Doubt was creeping into his heart. Mama Ugonna saw that her son was growing restless. That woman is deceiving you, she told him. She has been cured and now wants to leave you for another man. Do not let her shame you. A woman like that can never bring you happiness. Ugona's heart was troubled. He had once fought for Ngozi, but now he felt lost. The love they had was slipping through his fingers. As Ngozi regained her health, Dr. Emeka found himself drawn to her. She was no longer the woman the village had mocked. She was strong, beautiful, and full of life. One evening, as he sat outside the clinic, he spoke. Ngozi, you've been through so much. I admire your strength. I have never met a woman like you. Ngozi felt her heart race. She had only ever known ridicule. You see me differently, she whispered. Because you are different, he replied, and I have fallen in love with you. Ugonna, troubled by his mother's words, decided to find out the truth for himself. He followed Ngozi to the clinic and watched from a distance. He saw the way Dr. Emeka looked at her, the way she smiled at him. A deep jealousy turned in his heart. That night, when Ngozi returned home, he was waiting for her. Tell me the truth. Do you love him? Ngozi hesitated. I, I don't know what to say. Ugonna, he was there for me when I needed someone the most. Ugonna felt his heart shatter. Ugonna stormed out of the house, furious and heartbroken. He drank palm wine late into the night, cursing himself for ever believing in love. Nneka found him in the palm wine bar and saw her opportunity. She never loved you, she whispered. She was only waiting for someone better. But I have always been here. Ugonna looked at Nneka, his vision blurred with anger and sadness. That night, he made a mistake he would regret forever. When news spread that Ugonna had spent the night with Nneka, Ngozi felt a pain she had never known. She confronted him, tears in her eyes. After everything we went through, this is how it ends. Ugonna looked away. You already replaced me with the doctor, don't you? What difference does it make? Ngozi shook her head. I never stopped loving you, Ugonna, but love is not enough when there is no trust. Mama Ugonna was overjoyed. Finally, that cursed girl is gone. Now you can marry Nneka and live in peace. But Ugonna did not feel peace. He felt empty. Dr. Emeka stood by Ngozi's side as she moved on from her past. You deserve happiness, he told her. Come with me. Let me give you the love you have always deserved. Tears of gratitude filled Ngozi's eyes. For the first time, she saw a future filled with joy. Ugonna realized this mistake too late. He rushed to find Ngozi, only to see her living with Dr. Emeka. He called out her name, but she did not turn back. As she walked away, hand in hand with the man who truly loved her, Ugonna fell to his knee, consumed by regret. Mama Ugonna and Nneka stood behind him, victorious, but what was victory worth when the heart was left in ruin? Ngozi settled into a new life with Dr. Emeka. He took her to the city where she started working at his clinic, assisting in caring for others. For the first time, she felt valued. No longer was she the girl the village shunned. She was a woman with purpose and love. Each day, she woke up beside a man who cherished her and she thanked the gods for her second chance. Meanwhile, Ugonna struggled with his reality, Nneka. who had once seemed like a comfort, now felt like a stranger. The love he thought he had for her was nothing compared to what he had lost. He realized that he had let go of the one person who had truly loved him. Ugonna tried to move on, but every corner of the village reminded him of Ngozi. He saw her in the market, in the streets, in the home they once shared. His mother noticed his sadness and tried to convince him that he had done the right thing. "You are better off, my son," she said. "Ngozi was a burden. Nneka will give you children and peace." But Ugonna found no peace. His nights were restless, haunted by dreams of Ngozi's smile, the smile he had once taken for granted. He knew now that his mother had deceived him, that his fear and doubt had cost him everything. Back in the city, Dr. Emeka surprised Ngozi with a small celebration. "You are the strongest woman I know," he told her, "and I want the world to know how much I love you." Tears filled Ngozi's eyes as he knelt before her. "Marry me, Ngozi. Let us build a future together." Ngozi had never dreamed of such happiness. With a joyful heart, she said yes. The news of her engagement reached the village, and while some celebrated her newfound happiness, others, including Ugonna, were left to face the consequence of their choice. Ugonna's life with Nneka quickly turned sour. She was not the loving wife he had imagined. She was demanding, selfish, and nothing like the woman he had lost. It did not take long before he realized that he had been tricked, not by Ngozi, but by his own doubts and his mother's manipulations. One evening, he visited his mother. "You told me she was cursed. You told me I would be happy, but look at me now. I have nothing." Mama Ogona looked away, unable to meet her son's eyes. Deep inside, even she knew that she had destroyed her own son's happiness. Ngozi and Dr. Emeka had a beautiful wedding in the city, attended by friends and those who truly loved them. She stood tall, dressed in a stunning Ankara gown, her beauty radiating confidence and joy. No longer was she the girl who smelled. No longer was she the girl the village shunned. She was now a woman loved and cherished. Ugonna heard about the wedding and felt an ache in his heart. He had once been the man meant to stand beside her, but he had let her go. As he watched from a distance, unseen, he whispered, "I am sorry, Ngozi." But it was too late. She had found happiness in the arms of a man who had never doubted her worth, and as she danced in celebration of her new life, she knew one thing for certain. She had finally found the love she had always deserved. This story teaches us that ignorance and superstitions are even more expensive than the pain that it causes its victims. The victims suffers for what they know nothing about, and people accuse them of being cursed. Tell me what you think in the comment section of what Ngozi had gone through. And here again I say, my returning subscribers, you are the real G of this channel. And if you are coming across this channel for the very first time, hi guys, welcome to Folktale with Chinelo. Don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoy watching. Don't also forget to hit on the subscribe button, put on post notification bell to enable you get notified anytime I post a new one. Yes guys, like and share this video to friends and family. Thank you for watching Folktale with Chinelo.